Hi, I'm Deltrice Hart Anderson with D Hart Accounting, where we keep the IRS out of the bank accounts and paychecks of individuals and businesses. Wanted to share a little bit with you today about the most recent scam that's going on with people just trying to take your hard earned money. I'm sure you all are aware of the phone calls that go around where someone has called someone and said, "Hey, we're going to arrest you," or "We know that you owe taxes, back taxes, and we're going to come knock at your door, and if you don't go to the nearest drugstore and send us money on a green dot card or whatever those cards are, then we'll put out a warrant for your arrest." Okay, so those are fake phone calls. Know that the IRS is never going to call you first. That's it. Just doesn't happen. You'll receive several letters. You'll have to receive just regular mail, certified mail, before any phone calls. And actually, the IRS will knock on your door or your whether it's your home or your business office before they would actually just send you give you a phone call. Okay, so the next scam, or the most recent scam, if you will, that's going around is the IRS letter. And it's a scam letter. It's not from the IRS. Actually, it's from this Bureau of Tax Enforcement. That is not an IRS division. The Bureau of Tax Enforcement is a scam. Please do not send any money to the Bureau of Tax Enforcement. They may have something on their mail in the letter that's saying there is a warrant out for your arrest, or call this number and pay them some lump sum of money. Do not respond to those letters at all, please. The IRS, you will know when you receive a letter from the IRS. In the upper left hand corner, it will say IRS, Department of Treasury. It is not going to say the Bureau of Tax Enforcement, okay? On a legitimate letter that you receive from the IRS, in the upper right hand corner, there will be either the letters CP, so C is in Charlie, P is in Paul, followed by some numbers, or the letters LTR. L is in Larry, T is in Tom, R is in raccoon, followed by some letters. So you'll either receive a CP notice or an LTR notice followed by some numbers. It will have your name not misspelled, because I've seen the fake letters that may have a letter or two off from the taxpayer's actual name. Your name will not be misspelled on the IRS's real letter, unless you misspelled it on your tax return. Um, that real letter will have your social security number on it, or it's going to have your federal ID number if you are a business, or if it's a trust, or what have you. So if you're a corporation, LLC, that number, your federal ID number, or EIN or EID, whatever you call it, that number is going to appear on the letter somewhere in that upper right hand corner as well. So either the social security number or the federal ID number, or a truncated version. It could be the last four numbers for whatever that taxpayer identification number is. The IRS's letter is never going to threaten you as far as putting you in jail, issuing a warrant out for your arrest. It just doesn't happen that way. That's not going to be placed in just a casual letter that the Internal Revenue Service sends out to you. Okay, so look out for those things. And one more thing, typically in the IRS's actual letter, when the IRS corresponds with you, especially for the first time, when they send you a letter, you're typically going to get this little pamphlet called the Publication 1, or Pub 1 as we call it. And that letter is going to give you notice of the rights that you have. One of your rights is the rights to representation, okay? So please exercise that right. If you're not familiar with the rights that you have, if you're not familiar with your options as far as repaying the IRS, or if you can't afford to repay the IRS, you want someone to give you those options, to let you know what those options are, okay? It's not coming from the Bureau of Tax Enforcement. It will be coming directly from the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, U.S. Department of Treasury, okay? That's all for now. Just wanted to share that with you because we had someone to walk in and they said, hey, I got this letter. And it wasn't a letter, it wasn't a legitimate letter, if you will. And then just one last tip for you. If you did not owe the IRS and you received one of those fake letters, then you really have nothing to worry about. Some people think, oh, now I'm on the IRS's radar, but you're not. If you receive anything from the Bureau of Tax Enforcement, you're not on the IRS's radar because the IRS didn't know that they sent you that letter. And that is it's not a thing. It's not a tax department. It's not a collection agency. It is a fake letter from a fake company or organization that is trying to get your hard-earned money, okay? So again, I'm Deltrice Hart Anderson of D Hart Accounting. You could reach us at 803-739-9449. Also on the web at www.dhartaccounting.com. That's dhartaccounting.com. And I will talk to you later, but just remember, IRS, Department of Treasury, that's where your letters come from, not the Bureau of Tax Enforcement. Thank you.